Rumours ain't going away, man. The rumours ain't going away. Let's be honest. Kobbie Mainoo could find his way out of Manchester United in January. Apparently, there's loan offers on the table already. There was reportedly loan offers on the table at the end of the summer. They said that he couldn't leave. They kept him. I think that Man United kept him because they couldn't secure somebody else. And what I've found amazing is how this has sort of divided the fan base. Some fans saying, listen, 20-year-old kid, so what? Get in there, work harder, train harder, like force the door down, kick the door down, play instead of Bruno, play instead of Ugarte. You know what I mean? Play instead of Casemiro. And there's other people saying, this is another reason why Amorim shouldn't be here. One of our best, most talented, gifted midfielders is being forced to the bench. And the answer is probably somewhere in the middle. But the fact is that Kobbie still finds himself in the same position. And it looks like there's loan offers on the table, with Manchester United also exploring what it looks like to get Adam Wharton as well. So we know about the Baleba stuff. The Adam Wharton stuff's kicking up, as is a lot of rumours around him. That's another reason why you're looking at Kobbie's future going, what does it look like with the type of people that Man United are interested in? Let me know in the comments what you think should happen in January. Should we be letting him go, or should Kobbie wait and look to AFCON to get an opportunity when Bruno goes one forward, maybe, because Mbumo's not there, Ahmad's not there. It just opens up the squad. Or does he just get the hell out of here? Let me know.
Kobbie Mainoo, yes, we hear more about him possibly moving out on loan. Fabrizio Romano put out something yesterday. I think this was in his YouTube video or something. And it is quite funny. Kobbie Mainoo's trying his best, as if he wasn't. Kobbie Mainoo's trying his best, working hard and creating no problems at Manchester United. No problems at all. Ruben Amorim wants him to stay, but his story could pick up again if he's not playing, which... he's not. As several clubs from England, Spain, and Italy are all interested in Kobbie Mainoo on loan. So this is a story, Flex, that seemingly just will not go away. This story will not go away. And I know we've spoken about it quite a lot. And do you know what is quite funny, actually, about it is whenever we talk about it on, say, like red carpets or other shows, sometimes it gets turned into, come on, it's a non-story. You're over egging the pudding, as it were. You're making too much out of this, but it won't go away, will it? And we've got Liverpool this weekend. Kobbie's not going to start that game, is he? Let's be honest.
Nowhere near. Don't even know if we get off the bench.
Exactly.
Yeah, he actually probably won't get off the bench.
Well, all right then. Will Kobbie play? Will Kobbie get minutes at Anfield?
It depends on a lot of stuff. That's what's scary for him. It depends on how the game's going. I think he'll obviously start with Casemiro and Bruno. And I think that if he needs to change what's going on in the course of the game, I think Ugarte is more likely to come on to change the course of it, to tighten up a bit, be a bit more. Casemiro is tiring, but I really don't want to lose that intensity and, this, that, and the other if we're still in the game. And then if we're getting battered like we were against City, sometimes he just puts him on, where you go like, what's he even going to do? Then it's like, see, he should have done better in that 15 minutes when we was 2-0 down and couldn't get the ball at Anfield. He's got to do more. Do you know what I mean? So I think he might get some token minutes. But if I was going to say, will he get minutes? It's basically no. Like people are saying there, 5 to 10. Yo-Yo says he gets 15. Riaz says maybe 5. Do you know what I mean? I can't. The only way, which I haven't envisioned myself doing it yet because of just sort of where my head's at. If we're doing really well in the game, say we were like 1-0 up, 2-0 up, like into the latter stages of the second half, then I think like he could get like 20 minutes if everything was going right.
So I don't even know that.
Yeah,
I don't even know that because I feel like then Ruben wouldn't want to change it because it's working. I think the most likely scenario with him is that
comes on if we're losing
a bit like against City, when it sort of comes on, we're losing, comes on last 10 minutes and then obviously doesn't really affect the game that much. It's over and maybe the team isn't playing all that well. And then it turns into, for all those people that wanted Kobbie on, look, he's not really done anything. And it's like, well, are you really going to do all that much, I suppose, when it comes to that?
He gets judged in those type of things, yeah.
But at the same time, and this is the dilemma with Kobbie Mainoo as well, isn't it? Is that is there really a good argument for him to start against Liverpool at Anfield?
But this is what I was
That's
saying
the problem,
about.
isn't it?
When I said it before this Kobbie stuff came out, remember on the last red carpet we did, and I went, guys, just a note, just an observation. I'm saying to you, like, I'm looking at the kid, he's way off it. You can see it. It's not just like, because he's got a laxed face and Kobbie doesn't show much. Like kind of like the Martial expression. Kobbie's got a little bit of that calming. Doesn't look like he's either too high or too low. But I can't explain it. I don't know if it's just an in the stadium thing. I felt it at Brentford. I felt it at Sunderland. I can feel it when I'm looking at his movement, and he doesn't. Look, we know that because he's not starting it. He's not in any rhythm at all, and I don't think he's the sort of player at this stage of his career, because he's not even established yet. We forget that with Kobbie. We just want him to be. He's not that sort of player that's like can come off. I don't think he can come off the bench and just do a madness, like come off the bench, run the game, score this, that. He's a confidence player. He needs to be in a rhythm of playing, getting touches of the ball game after game. And obviously, he's not going to get that under this manager, especially in this period. We know that. So you're right. If he was going to start against Liverpool, I'd probably be a bit worried for him, because it's a big get. I'm worried for him, Jeff. Now, obviously, you say, listen, the kid got his first start at Everton, and then after that, I think he started against Newcastle away, which we lost, and then he went away to Galatasaray, and I think he started then or come off the bench. He was on a tough run of like 3 away games where we're like, bloody hell, if you can do that, then fair play to him. But I think his confidence has been not so far knocked. But because he's got great ability, you can't put it past him, sort of, if he did get that vote of confidence to say, do you know what, I'm going to do something mad. You're starting at Anfield. He also possesses ability to be able to be calm enough to actually deal with it at the same time. So it's kind of like a 50-50, but you're right. This version of him, it just feels way off it. It just feels
and also in Ruben Amorim's system, isn't it? It doesn't really allow for Kobbie to start, because as you sort of said, you compete with Bruno. Bruno's going to start. And when the team news comes out, I think we've got relatively good at predicting Ruben Amorim's starting 11s. He always throws in at least one kind of curveball that you didn't necessarily expect. A bit like when we played Chelsea and the back three was De Ligt, Maguire, and Shaw, and everyone went, I didn't think he was going to do that.
Yeah, he does do that sometimes.
He occasionally does that, but the curveball isn't Kobbie starting. If there is a curveball at Anfield at the weekend, it won't be Kobbie starting, because, like I said, he's competing with Bruno. So, all right, Bruno's going to start. He's not going to play him alongside Bruno. And even if he was thinking of that, he's probably behind Casemiro, and he's even behind Ugarte in that sense to play alongside him, in that midfield. So he's not going to start. And then that's when, bringing it back to this story about the loan offers, that's why it's not going anywhere, is it? Because when the big games come and his minutes are limited, clubs will start to sniff around. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we kind of forget, don't we, that in the last, week of the summer transfer window, he asked to leave on loan like 3 times.
Yeah, he wanted to
go. like 3 times, separate times when, I'm seeing my minutes are limited here. Can I just go out on loan? I really want to play, and I got World Cup coming up at the end of this, the season. So I really need game time. Nobody's safe in that England squad as well. So I really need to play. And it was we don't have the sort of depth for that. We need options. All right, okay, fair enough. But as time goes on and you're not going to play even more, that's why I say that. I genuinely think there might be a situation in January, which is if we get a midfielder in, then he might end up going out on loan. And I don't even think that necessarily means, he goes out on loan and that means he's never going to come back and play for Manchester United again. I think it might be a thing of just, his numbers are a bit limited, his options, a bit limited at the moment in terms of minutes. So he went out on loan. Hopefully next season you're playing in the in European football. Maybe even Bruno's gone by that point. I know in this international break, Bruno's kind of played that noise down a bit, but you never know. And then maybe it's a completely different picture. Maybe we've got a different coach by that point. A lot can change in the space of 6 months in football. So I wouldn't be totally shocked if that scenario happens in January. And I think he might, and his representatives, I think they might be a bit more.
They might actually push, yeah.
Bit more forceful about it.
Well, I think you've got, and the problem that they've got, I say problem, it's not the problem that Man United have, because again, some people see it as, all right, if you don't want to be here, this, that, and the other, I get all that. But the issue now is that Kobbie and his representatives have a bigger sample size to go off and say, right, here's the first game from August the 17th or whenever it was that we played.
Yeah, they were kind of predicting the future, weren't they, a little bit,
Exactly. And you go, right, we're now here in, January the 2nd. He's played a grand total of
X amount of minutes.
200 minutes.
Yeah, this amount of starts.
These amount of starts, this, that, and the other, which is what we thought would happen. We've got more grounds now where you said you'll get opportunities, this, that, and the other. Well, clearly, my client's not, or Kobbie will sit down and say, clearly, I'm not. So, yeah, I gave it a try. I've been working in training. Obviously, again, I'm not surprised, or it's not news to me, where we saw the thing of Kobbie's training really hard. He's trying. He's not a problem around the play. Of course not. Kobbie's not and this was the problem, though, wasn't it? Not that we needed any reports to clarify that. Well, I know we don't believe that. But some people were trying to go down the road of, and I remember the caller on TalkSport, and I had to push back. And it's like going down like he's just another bad egg, all about himself, and that pushback was like, no, shut up and work. Like, no, you're not, like he's just this bad egg. And it's like, it's just not true. I just don't believe that's true. Like, he just wants to play football, and actually he's showing ambition for wanting to play, not just sit in Man United, picking up a paycheck, happy to be there. He's had a taste of what it is to get near the top of the game at such a young age, or some extreme highs, a European final and an FA Cup final. Wow, that's, some people don't get, most players don't do that in their whole career. Playing an FA Cup final and European final, especially in the same season. But in terms of even in their whole career, some players who are even quite decent, good pros don't get the chance to do that. And he had a taste of it in his first, not even full year. In his first breakthrough season, he had a taste of it, and he wants to keep pushing on so he doesn't end up like this.